Okay, this will be an interesting one. Right. Wonder how big we're going to make it. We'll soon find out. Gonna add some contrast to this. Gonna make it light. Alright, let's see what we've got. What interesting thing we've got. We've got here, it says Southern Star, but it comes out of a Michael Hill clearance now on. It's a Michael Hill jeweller catalogue or pamphlet, whatever you want to call it. Southern Star, it's one of these, whatever. And it shows a couple having a kiss. You know, the romantic stuff, kind of stuff that sells products. It's all about making a quick dollar. It's often using images, positive images that appeal to people on a fairly universal, in a universal sort of a way. This is all about marketing and making money. So it's a bit of a money fucking way of, money fuckers have to make things that have to add advertising, but advertising doesn't always fool people. It doesn't. Most of the times advertising fails to fool me. I'm just not that gullible. I can sort of read between the lines, folks. A lot of people can't. A lot of people are pulled in by commercialism and that, and capitalism's promises of this, that and the other, solving problems, making relationships happen. You can't rely on capitalism, folks. You can't trust it to be the be-all and end-all. Of course you need machinery like this in your office and stuff like that, but you can't rely on capitalism to put your bad relationship back together, your faulty relationship. You have to fucking find... You got to basically be yourselves, folks. You know, you can't just let capitalism rule your life. You got to sometimes you got to even abuse capitalism. You got to treat it like it's a dog or a slave. You got to work out what you can get out of it. Otherwise, it'll take you for a ride, and you'll be fucking worse off. Your wallet will be lighter, but the problems that you have, like a faulty relationship, will not be solved. You got to find a way of solving problems without resorting to believing in advertising, because it's a dirty rort the way that it is. And you got to look to the stars and somehow find a solution, but don't try to find the stars through a commercial like this. But this has reminded me of the stars and of what's important. But basically I can basically take capitalism and use it and abuse it for my own purposes, but basically most people can't. So let's see how we go. Let's see how this looks. This star looks a bit like it's too much in the middle of the page. I don't like it like that. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to make this the centre of the job, but we're using this piece of shit, marketing shit, to make something creative. We can be creative with the materials that capitalism gives us. We don't have to let capitalism rule us. We can rule it. But you got to know what you're doing when you're dealing with this shit, folks. Let's see. That looks really nice. So let's see how this turns out. But basically, when you're dealing with products, you got to know what product you need, and if it's going to serve your intended purpose. But don't rely on, as I said, don't rely on capitalism to solve problems like relationship problems. You know, capitalism can't help mend a broken relationship. Just because you just bought your partner a ring doesn't mean that partner's going to love you. And maybe it's a problem with yourself, that maybe you're the one to blame for the shit. But, you know, that's debatable, because I don't know who you are. I'm just saying, it could be your fault, or it may not be your fault. It may be your partner's fault. It goes both ways. It can go either way, folks. And capitalism isn't going to fix it. It's just going to make your wallet lighter, and you're going to have less food on the table to eat. And then, of course, your relationship still hasn't been repaired or resolved. It hasn't been fixed. So don't rely on this advertising shit to bring a relationship together. Forget about Valentine's Day presents trying to mend a broken relationship. You can have a good relationship, I'm sure, if you find the right person. But not everyone is destined to get married. I've been through that thought myself, where I thought I'd never find my Mr. Right, and I found him. Luigi is his name, and I love him dearly, but I didn't find him through a dating service. I didn't find him through capitalism. I looked to the stars, folks. We're going to use this to inspire you now that I've made it into something different. We've got to look to the stars for guidance. Not astrology, but something else to do with the stars, something that created the stars. But we don't know, I can't say what it is, but something created the stars, and we've got to look to it for guidance. Call it a highest power, but think about it. But anyway, enough about that. I think now I've said my piece. I've got to go.